Hey YouTube, welcome back. Today we have this. Oh, sorry, give me a minute, just because I have a problem with my. Oh, I don't want to display this. Give me a minute. Yep. Yeah, okay, that's better. Okay, so today is our I guess fifth video of our series JavaScript fundamentals. We will start today with this problem. It's called apply transform over each element in array. The problem goes like that. Let me just take the monitor like that. The problem said that we give an array called array AR and map a mapping function called fn. We have a mapping function called fn. Return a new array with a transformation applied to each element. The returned array should be created such that each element in the array equals the whatever comes from fn function. We give it this function, we give it two arguments, the element and the index. Please solve it without built-in array.map method, of course. This example, we have 1, 2, 3, and we have this function, and this function return n plus 1, so it will be 2, 3, 4. This one here, this function return n plus I, so it will be 1, 3, 5. We basically doesn't care about what if n do. We care more about how can we establish that. So let's think about something, because it's quite important here that for you to know basically this problem. It talks about, it's a great introduction for us to talk about something called a callback, because we have an array and we will run a callback function against each element in this array, and whatever comes as the results, we will sort it into a new array, and we return this one as a new value. So this question is a great introduction for us to know a callbacks. And sorry, just my laptop is quite I don't know. Okay, so what is a callback? So for example, let's just start to take it easy. Let's know what is a callback and why do we need callbacks, and after that let's start to solve the problem. So first, let's talk about what is a callback. In JavaScript, a callback is a function that is passed as an argument to another function. As we can see here, this function is passed to the argument of another function and is intended to be invoked or executed by that function at specific time or when a certain condition is met. The callback function is typically defined by a caller or of the function, allowing it to customize or extend the behavior of the called function. The called function can be defined inline as an anonymous function or as a named function expression. It is then passed as an argument to the higher order function that will be execute this actual function. So let's just give an example. So if we have fr, so we will just call this fr and we give it anything. Fn, sorry, it's not fr, it's fn. So we call this fn, and this is a callback function. So this is what a callback function. It's basically a function that is passed as an argument to another function, and it's intended to be invoked or executed by that function at specific time or when certain conditions is met. So let's talk about why we need that. What is important from that? So the callbacks function are essential concept in JavaScript, and they are serve several important purposes. First of all, we could, and you will using this a lot, is using the asynchronous operations. So because JavaScript is a primarily single-threaded language, which means that long-running operations can block the executions and cause delays. Callbacks are commonly used in asynchronous programming to handle time-consuming tasks without blocking the main execution thread. They allow you to specify a function to be executed once an asynchronous operation completes, such as fetching data or from server or like reading files, things like that. The second thing that we could use the callbacks for is the event handling. So JavaScript is frequently used for building interactive web applications that respond to user actions and events. So basically callbacks are employed to handle events like button click, mouse movement, or keyboard input. When an event occurs, the associated callback function is triggered, allowing you to respond and execute specific code based on the event. So basically, when the user is just clicking a number, something like that, we can make a callback function that acts to this behavior. Maybe you have error handling also. Maybe you can use it also with the reusability, the modularity and reusability, because like callbacks, we can create functions that can be used as the callbacks and we call them all the time. Maybe you have asynchronous flow control. Callbacks basically enables control over the sequence of asynchronous operation. Yeah, it has a lot of use cases basically. So right now we know what are callback functions and why we need them. Let's just try to fix the problem directly. So first of all, I will have an array. I will call it a result, and it will equals an empty array, and I will return it by the end because I all the time forget to return it. Return this result. Okay. And I will loop through the array. So let I equals 0, I less than array dot length, and I plus plus. Okay, so what? Oh, sorry. Yeah. So first of all, I will say there's something here that it's the new array will look this one. The returned array of I, each element will equals the whatever comes from this callback function. So let's just do it like that. So res of I will equals fn with we said the element, so it will be array of I and its index I, and that's it. Let's submit. Okay, so the code works fine. 8 beats 8% only. Why? What the other did do? So let's see what the other. Okay, so yeah, okay, because we have more variable, the code needs a lot. But basically my code run in 68 milliseconds. There could how much milliseconds there could 35. That's almost half, but just not big a deal because it's 68 milliseconds. It's too low. So that's it for this video. Today we talked about callbacks and why we need them. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. If you think my content was good enough, so feel free to give me a comment, tell me about exactly what you didn't like so I could improve it in the future. So that's it for this video, and see you in future problems.